for a lawyer Paul Adom Otri etinase one Stephen Atubiga edi NDC party no ho nkomo anase NDC amanyuku no ho nkomo kakra na some di tudwa ne sem hwesene a NDC amanyuku no ko ne sene na ma esi akọ amanyuku no ma it is very very clear say NDC amanyuku no it is not really prepared to be to win the elections, and I say it's not prepared to win the December 7th elections. I don't know, I'm the two dressing no. I'm trusting Mahama a behavior and then running mate a behavior now. Trusting the two drana. They are not really ready cry. Let's even at to bigger casting NDC making big mistake because there were current potential over NDC say these are people who were fit to lead their party. And so a big mistake for the same person being Ghana for a dianom de fre F1 President John Dramani Mahama de Ghana for me to me and bosso. Aya no kwa Mahama so sad in reply about Ghana for Mahama reply or the buyer no. It was shocking, it was mind blowing because we didn't really expect say the flag bearer for the party at the sa a same way ebetudwa. Ti Ghana for yan sembe ne kuneku tiesa and same way mumbra. Medamuina ase.
Who they think that the NLC has a very good vision for this country and they would like to merge with us to give us a shot. And
so you are now two parties?
We are now two parties.
Did you observe the campaign launch of the NDC in Tamale?
In fact, it's one of the saddest moments for me in my 29 years, 30 years as a grassroots, as a foot soldier of my, a veranda boy of my previous party, the NDC.
Why?
At this moment, what I've come to realize is that everybody is an ostrich in the party, and those of us at the background or who are not sympathizing, sort of card-bearing members, are saying that we call them a crocodile party. Everybody is pretending. I mean, look at you're going to launch a national campaign, not a constituency, not a regional campaign. You are launching a national campaign. And you've gone to choose a vice president who is from a region that the 2020 election, the vote shrank to about 500,000 votes, I think the NDC got in her backyard.
Central region.
Central region. And then if you look at the voter region, which is supposed to be a World Bank, supposed to give us, I mean, Fifi Cotes alone, Keta, vote 900,000 alone some years back. It has shrunk all the way down to the extent that he realized that, look, let me pull back because now voter region gave us about 700,000 the 2020 elections, okay, which is supposed to be our umbilical cord of the NDC. Strategically, that should have been the place you go and launch the voter region to go and launch the national campaign team because that's our World Bank. You've denied them the running mate. Now in Ashanti region, okay, which is also the place that most of the NDC votes come from the immigrants.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether you are born Northerner there called Ureku, you are born Northerner called Audu, you are still a Northerner. It's immigrants that give NDC the votes in Ashanti region from the Zongo communities. The Ashantis that are following the NDC is for business purpose. I was a member of the Presidential Reconciliation Team during 2012. We went round, led by Big Zayden, Kofi Ato. No, it was led by Alhaji Dusu Mahama, who was the chairman. Kofi Ato, Big Zayden, Dana Budakwe, and then Cecilia Johnson, Faustina Nelson, Big Zayden, and myself were taken down. We visited every constituency to do the reconciliation. As a matter of fact, we had the authority to withdraw a minister, a DC, or even a parliamentary candidate. Our committee withdrew Zita Okankwe, the parliamentary PC. Okay, we got to some place, I don't want to mention his name, a whole regional minister. When he's going to his hometown, he will remove the flag. You know, before we meet the party executives, the BNI, and they will come and brief us exactly, they will come and give us a briefing on exactly what is happening in every constituency or every region before we meet the people. Okay, and then what happened was that minister, when he's going to his hometown, he removed the flag. And then when he gets back to Ashanti, he'll put the party flag back on there. We wrote the report. He was just doing business. Even when they moved him from Ashanti region to Accra here, the foot soldiers went to him for help. I'm talking at the grassroots. He told them, I bought my position, just to tell you what the dynamics, what is happening. Now you've chosen Tamale for whatever reason, for the fear that Dr. Bawumia put in us. Believe me or not, my people, I will say we are scared. The way Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is giving us a run for our money. Look, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will walk to just passing by a constituency or just to introduce a PC to it. It's like beats. I mean, the people. So
in the northern region.
In the northern region, if you look at the crowd about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is pulling, my brother, there's shiver, there is fear in the NDC. He's giving us a run for the money. But in all those, you've gone to launch a whole campaign, national campaign. You have a crowd that looks like what's the young man's name? The buffer, Hanan. A whole national team. A whole national
Buffer Stock Hanan.
Buffer Stock Hanan. His campaign launch in a constituency launch in Pusiga was just like the national. You know, we were there. We stopped. We're in Nalergu area. Okay, we came there. We went to meet our executives. We said, look, let's come and see whether what we saying is it true or not. As the vote keeps shrinking.
But maybe that's because Dr. Bawumia was there.
Well, I will not be surprised that he attracted more crowd than but our candidate himself, I would say that he needs.
These are some of the pictures from the north.
These are some of the.
But I didn't know bars there. I did not organize. I mean, we know how these things happen.
My brother, the reality is that I think an opposition parliament, a presidential candidate, who we have chastised for doing that ABCD, should not be attracting crowd if it is the reality on the ground. Should not be attracting crowd to the opposition. Are you getting me?
That's also about me speaking, isn't it?
Yes. So the opposition should rather be attracting more crowd because we've made.
But the crowd at the Tamale launch was massive.
For the NDC?
Yeah. Massive.
No, my brother. It was so bad. Let me tell you something.
I saw it on TV. It was massive.
It was part of a lot of people did not attend because of the protest. The location, how people have pretended to be ostriches. Look, our candidate.
John Mahama.
John Dramani Mahama, my former party candidate. I don't know whether he just want to go through because they know the reality that technically they are not prepared. Socially, what we see out there is not what is actually happening in the party. That is why when you see him, there's crowd. When he leaves, everything goes down. How can you launch a campaign in Tamale? There was no moment of silence. We didn't see that to honor Jerry John Rawlings. It's a national campaign that there's supposed to be at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes in remembrance of Jerry John Rawlings. And they have never gone to John.
You're right, because this is the first campaign launched since JJ died.
When
he died in 2020, the campaign had already been launched.
Thank you.
So this is the first campaign launched since JJ died.
Thank you. And the best place to go and get blessing is to go to his grave. For people, they cannot write Jerry John Rawlings' name of the party. It won't work. It won't happen. We will not agree.
But JJ was not mentioned.
He wasn't mentioned. And I want them to understand that taking the daughter there, it is the spirit of the father that covers the daughter. If there's really, we all have angels.
That's what I was coming to say. But JJ's daughter was there.
Thank you.
Son was there.
But that doesn't represent him. They are supposed to mention his name, mention all the casualties. My brother, imagine if NDC's candidate, my big brother John Dramani Mahama, wanted to speak. As he went on the podium, they had Uwadakun, they had all those Sylvester, all those who ever contested him from 2020 to date, standing by him. That should have shown that there's unity in the party. They were ready for power.
Dr. Bawumia did that. He had Cabinet Japan and others.
Thank you.
And others with him. When Ashanti region.
Thank you. And the platform itself that they were all sitting, they were all pitiful, sitting like they had gone for an outdooring or funeral. Look, when you
That's not true. Look at the photograph
my brother.
there. John Mahama is very hearty, chatting with the lady.
When you are in
what you are saying is not true.
The party, look, this was unpatriotic. That is not the NDC that we know. That is
what
not
is unpatriotic? This photograph?
No, the clothes that they wore. You wore designer when you are